My secret 14-mile walk for my son.
My wife thinks I've been carpooling to the plant with a guy named Dave for the last 2 years. I don't know a Dave. There is no carpool. Every morning at 4:30, I kissed her forehead, grabbed my thermos, and walked out the front door. Then, I walked 7 miles to the factory, and 7 miles back. Rain, snow, 100-degree heat. It didn't matter. Our son Toby was diagnosed with severe hearing loss when he was 4. The insurance laughed at us. They told us top-tier hearing aids were considered elective. $3,800 out of pocket. We barely had enough for groceries, let alone $4 grand. So, I started walking. I took the $60 a week I would have spent on gas and truck maintenance and shoved it into a rusted coffee can buried in my tool shed. You learn a few things when you walk 14 miles a day in heavy work boots. You learn how to wrap your heels in duct tape so the blisters don't bleed through. You learn to stash dry socks in your locker so the guys on the floor don't see your feet soaking wet from the slush. You learn to sleep with your legs elevated so the throbbing stops long enough for you to get 4 hours of rest. And you never complain. Because if my wife knew I was walking down Highway 41 in the pitch black, she'd panic. And she already had enough on her plate. Last month, I dug up that coffee can, I walked into the kitchen, and set $3,800 in wrinkled 20s on the table. I told her I'd been picking up scrap metal on the weekends. She cried, and hugged me so tight, my ribs ached. Toby put the new hearing aids in. The doctor turned them on. Toby looked right at me, his little eyes wide, and whispered, "I hear you, Daddy." I smiled at him. Then, I walked into the bathroom, locked the door, turned the shower on full blast, and absolutely broke down. 2 years of bloody socks, 2 years of freezing wind, 2 years of lying to the woman I love. But looking at my boy, I'd walk 1,000,000 miles more.